Hi, good morning, and welcome to our meditation. We're meditating on the 9 lessons and the carols, and our 8th lesson is the Magi visiting the Messiah. And the text comes from Matthew chapter 2, verse 1 to 11. After Jesus was born in Bethlehem in Judea, during the time of King Herod, Magi from the east came to Jerusalem and asked, "Where is the one who has been born King of the Jews? We saw his star when it rose and have come to worship him." When King Herod heard this, he was disturbed, and all Jerusalem with him. When he had called together all the people's chief priests and the teachers of the law, he asked them where the Messiah was to be born. "In Bethlehem in Judea," they replied, "for this is what the prophet has written." The prophet Micah. "But you, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are by no means last among the rulers of Judah. For out of you will come a ruler who will shepherd my people Israel." And the text in the Old Testament says that he comes from eternity. Then Herod called the Magi secretly and found out from them the exact time the star had appeared. He sent them to Bethlehem and said, "Go and search carefully for the child. As soon as you find him, report to me so that I too may go and worship him." After they had heard the king, they went on their way, and the star they had seen when it rose went ahead of them until it stopped over the place where the child was. When they saw the star, they were overjoyed. On coming to the house, they saw the child with his mother Mary, and they bowed down and worshipped him. Then they opened their treasures and presented him with gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Interesting, these people came from very far. And the amazing thing is that King Herod and the people who lived in Jerusalem is not far from Bethlehem, as you probably know. They didn't know that the king had been born. We believe by reading this text that Jesus was about 2 years old when the Magi arrived in Bethlehem. I don't know if you have noticed that they did arrive at the place where Jesus was born in Bethlehem on the fields, because the text says that they came to a house and then they found Mary and the child. It's not a baby anymore. He's probably 2. Joseph is not in the picture. We're going to see him later when they're going to flee to Egypt. But he might have been going shopping or something. But they worshipped him. Isn't that amazing? They recognized that he was the Son of God, because you don't worship a person, you worship God. And they are worshiping this child. And the 3 presents they gave to Mary and the child, it doesn't mean that they were 3. And the text doesn't say how many there were. It just says that there were Magi. They could have been 2 or 4 or 10, we don't know. But they brought these 3 presents because they are prophetic ones. But we haven't got time for this now. But what about King Herod? Is he really interested in worshiping the child? We know that he's not interested at all. He's going actually to send people back, because he realized the Magi didn't go back to Jerusalem. They had a revelation. They received a revelation that they should not go back to King Herod. So King Herod is going to ask his soldiers to kill all the babies of Bethlehem and the surrounding area around Bethlehem. Isn't it sad that Magi came from very far? They traveled for months and months and months to arrive in Judea to worship the king. And King Herod himself, afraid of losing his power, the power that he did actually have, he wants to kill the child. You see, 2 different reactions to the birth of this child. Kings, they come from very far. Magi, they come from very far to worship Jesus. And the local king wants to kill him. And he's going to kill all the babies and children below 2, the age of 2. This had been prophesied by the prophet Jeremiah about 6 to 5 centuries before the birth of Christ. And you can read that in Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 15. We heard a cry in Ramah. And this text talks about the tears of Rachel, because that's where Rachel, the mother of Joseph and Benjamin, died. And it is as if she's crying because the children are no more. So isn't that terrible that when the Son of God comes to this planet, these men are trying to kill him? They even tried to kill him 31 years later when they crucified him. But Peter tells us that all that had to be actually determined by God himself. Because Jesus, as he said, I came for this. He came to die on the cross. He was born in Bethlehem to die on the cross. But nobody can destroy his power. Nobody can kill him, because he is the one who was, who is, and is to come. He is the King of kings and the Lord of lords. So which side are we? Are we like the shepherds who worshipped Christ on the day he was born? Or are we like the Magi who traveled from very far to worship him? Or are we like King Herod and the others who wanted him dead? Which side are we? Because the greatest gift you can offer him is your own life, because he has already given you the best gift that there is, himself. God bless you.